So this is the Nuforce STA 200 power amplifier. Weighs about 15 pounds, small chassis, very minimalistic, just a power button on front, on the back, 5-way binding post, RCA inputs. Does have kind of a cool 5-volt output. They did make a matching DAC streamer for this amp, which is very good too. It's kind of a interesting amplifier. It's kind of a joint effort with Goldman, which is a Swiss company, very esoteric and make really high-end expensive amps and such. And they kind of wanted to bring the price down and have an amplifier which the normal public can purchase. It goes for $499, which is the retail is $1,200, but you can get them for about $500 bucks. Very similar to the Job 225. However, it does have slightly less power at 80 watts and at 8 ohms. They do not specify a 4 ohm rating. You do hear people saying they don't drive 4 ohm speakers, and that's incorrect. I do use them with my double impacts from Tecton. They're 4 ohms, however, they're very efficient, but sounds great with these speakers. I have some harder to drive 4 ohm speakers too, and I have no problem with this amp. It is 80 watts, so you know you're not going to get crazy concert volumes out of an inefficient speaker, but it does very well indeed, I would say. And well, how does it sound? It's the first off, I have to say that I liked it so much I bought 2 of them, and that does say something because I've heard many amps. Very linear, I would say. What goes in comes out. It doesn't try to color the music very much, but all amps do color a little bit, and this one adds sweetness, which in my taste I really like. So, but you know, the main aspect that drives me towards this amp is the speed of it. Now, I am a drummer, and when I listen to music, I pay a lot of attention to the hits of the snare, crashes of cymbals, and they start and stop really fast with this amp, and it gives the music just a wonderful pace. And you know, we could talk all day about soundstage. A lot of amps do that image really well. This amp does. Most of that comes from your recording. If you have a really good recording, you can do magic even with a not so good amp. But if you have a nice amp, it does make it a little more fun. This amp is fun. I do highly recommend the amp. It's really cheap. I can't think of another amp under $1,000 which I would buy over this one. So they do say, or I should say, the place I bought it, that these are kind of limited and they're going to stop producing them, and they do seem to keep on making them, so I think they just might be you know, using a sales tactic. But if you're thinking about picking one up, I would maybe do it sooner than later. And I don't, you know, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. It does make music enjoyable. The pace is enjoyable. And it's such a simple amp. It just does what it's supposed to do. If you have one, let me know what you think about it. Enjoy. Talk to you later.